wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Yes, indeed.
Sean Paul's here.
Yo.
Back on the road.
Yeah.
Last time we seen you, you were
on Zoom
in Jamaica, and you were saying you haven't really left Jamaica. You've been staying there for...
Yeah, it was a 2-year period, man. And I was scared, and I still am kind of that way in terms of, you know, just touching on the road for the first time. It's the first 5 shows in a row we've been doing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, good stuff, though.
But you got a new album coming out.
Yeah.
Scorcher.
What made you get over that anxiety to get back out here?
Yeah, just time, you know. I guess it take time. I was like, yo, seeing that other people around me was getting it now and being okay, you know.
Mm-hmm. What kind of hat is that, Sean?
Oh, my wife said it's a cereal bowl, man. She's like, what is that, bro?
Because it looks like a military, but then it looks like it's a helmet.
Yeah, I didn't like it when I had it like this at first. So I'm gonna say, yo, Cool Mo D style, you know? I like it like that. So.
You look suspicious, Sean Paul.
Cereal. It's a cereal bowl, bro.
Okay.
But you kicked off this new tour, sold out shows, because I saw in Brooklyn, I was looking to get tickets, and everything's already was sold out yesterday and today.
Brooklyn was nice last night, man, and there's one more there tonight. Boston was a great show. We did Connecticut. So 2 shows in Brooklyn, and then I do in Miami, I think Thursday or Friday.
Well, I'm sure you sell out everywhere, though. I mean, you got a legendary catalog, Sean Paul.
Yeah, it's up there. It's up there, man. Over to the fans, bro.
Do you still get a lot of royalties? Because your records play a lot
all
still.
The time, still.
Yeah.
You own your royalties and everything?
If what?
You own all your royalties? Because I know some artists, sometimes they sign deals where they didn't.
Oh, no, I'm own all of them still. Yeah, I'm pension stuff that for me. At least that's the way I look at it. It's changing now, though, but yeah, I mean, you know.
I saw you also celebrating 20 years since Dutty Rock came out.
Yeah, this year.
That's a huge accomplishment because those songs to this day.
God. It don't feel like that, man. It don't feel like the 20 years. That's so nuts.
And that's not even your first album. That's just the album that was really like a breakthrough album here.
Yeah, it was the second album and big things, you know what I mean? Sold 6 mil that year.
Wow.
But then, yeah, we still streaming big songs and...
Get Busy was on that album, right? I'm Still in Love with You.
Yeah,
Give Me the
Busy.
Light.
Classics.
You know it.
Classics.
That album had 5 singles. So that went on charts and, you know.
Back then, you had no idea that it would become international the way that it did?
Nah, I always believed in dancehall music. Like, you know, we go away to play water polo and swim for Jamaica as teenagers, and I would hear it. Even though I don't hear it on the radio, I hear it in cars and I hear it like in clubs and whatnot. And I was like, yo, this is a big music. Mm-hmm. And so what is my favorite form of self-expression as a teenager coming up? Everybody speaking like how you speak in the street to your friends and things, you know? Mm-hmm.
How do you move on from an album like that? When you have an album that's so successful, I'm sure everybody's like, you got to do another one like that.
Yeah, you get that a lot. But, I mean... over the years, I mean, it's just about maintaining for me right now. Yeah, you can't move on. That's the past, it is. Mm-hmm. But I'm still feeling the repercussions from that in terms of good ones, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, there's a lot of great things that had come from it and still is. I mean, I remember about 10 years ago, somebody was like, yo, you'd have to make one more song. You could tour off of that album still, same way. Mm-hmm. And I was kind of doubtful, but honestly, those are still huge songs for me.
Yeah.
Now, we were all watching the Grammys, and when the best reggae category came, you know, I think everybody thought it was going to be either you or Spice.
Spicy. Yeah.
And then it was...
and shout out to Jesse Royal, too.
Yeah, right?
It was, I guess people were talking that it was a white group called Soulja.
Well, there's somebody in there of African-American heritage, bro. You know what I mean? That's unfair to that dude. I'm sorry. It's a white
I don't know
group.
the group. That's what we
I didn't know
asking.
that. You said that just now.
That picture we just seen.
Yeah, there's a one dude standing up in there, man.
I did not know that.
Everybody like the white group. But yo, funny story though. I'm standing up in the hallway and we're, you know, like looking at the different nominees of the thing. And I'm getting myself geared up what I'm gonna say. And I heard, and the winner is. Shh, and I'm like, is either me or Spice? And I heard Soulja. Like, damn.
No one anticipated that. So, I was like, who's Soulja? I didn't even know who that was.
I've never heard of them. And are they from Virginia or something?
Yeah. but you know my look on it, bro, is who God bless a man cursing, right? So even if they got the blessing through some crazy means, that's the blessing for them this year, and we just got to just come harder. And I mean, it would have been nice if it's a Jamaican to me. If Jesse won, I feel like I won because I worked closely with him. He's on this album, that kind of vibes. You know what I mean? If I won, he would have win. If Spice win, me would have feel like I was involved in that process. Big up Etana and big up Gramps Morgan. We were all up for it. We'd have loved to see a Jamaican take it, but listen, our music is getting bigger. The expression is getting like more broad. You know what I mean? There's different people from different places want to do it. And
you ever heard of Soulja though before?
Yeah, did you listen to them before?
No, that's the thing. It's such a close knit unit that we have in Jamaica. So we're listening to many different types of our music, reggae and dancehall and all kind of in between. You know what I mean? And so I've never heard them before. To tell the honest truth.
Did you go back and listen when they won?
No, I just noticed the one black dude in there.
You saw the picture.
But isn't that? But how do the Grammys pick their awards? Because like if you think about it, a lot of people haven't heard of them or heard their music.
Yeah.
And for them to win Best Album, it just seems weird that people haven't heard of them before.
One thing that's weird is that we don't have enough people on the panel. So Jamaicans ourselves, like we're complaining, but we ain't there voting. So that's an important thing. But that whole award ceremony in general is that way. Is people who are in the industry, so they're known within their spaces or whatever. And I mean, and as I said, who God bless no man curse. It just give me a nice fire for fight for the next one.
So it wasn't even the fact that they were white. It was like they're not Jamaican. If they were white Jamaicans, would you have accepted it?
Yeah, right. If they were Puerto Rican Jamaicans. But yeah, it would have felt better to me because I know everybody there. I seen their struggle. I know their talent. I seen their drive, and it would have been cool to see that.
But you said when you saw the category, you was like, "Oh, I'm about to win this." You felt that in your.
Yo, I heard I was stepping and shoulder. Like,
so you were there.
Yeah.
You had a Grammy party and everything.
Yeah, man, we had a Grammy party. We did it up this year. It was more about celebration, just like, we nominated. It was something that was, a group project, as I said. Like, I gave you this CD, which nobody don't use anymore. But it's like more commemorative, and everybody's signature, their handwriting is on the front. It just feel like a whole salute to the genre itself. The young players and the more established ones, you know what I mean?
But they're all white Jamaicans, they're Asian Jamaicans. So
yeah, man.
I mean, I don't know who Soulja is. They might have some Jamaican family members, maybe their parents, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know about Soulja having
maybe not
Jamaican. I really don't know about it, but yeah, there's white Jamaicans and there's Indian Jamaicans and there's Syrian Jamaicans,
Asian Jamaicans. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I just feel like they got some explaining to do. I need to know Soulja. I need to know why y'all decided to start doing reggae all the way from Virginia. Like I need to hear something.
There's a whole reggae scene in Indonesia, which is something I didn't know. Like reggae, they're not doing dancehall like that style of it. They're just doing reggae, and there's bands over there that tour Australia and Indonesia, and it's a big thing. They have their own festival. So that's what I mean by the music going bigger. You know what I mean? Like I keep saying it, when hip hop left from the Bronx and started, being produced in Queensbridge and then all the way down in Atlanta and everywhere else. I'm sure like people on the block was like, "Yo, but they take it," you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was just something that's growing. It's a diverse thing. You can't stop music that way, man. And likewise, like as I said, you can't stop music. Like I did a song a couple years ago, and it's streaming back again right now. Like 1 billion views I just got on it.
Oh, no lie?
Yeah. So like that song was recorded 2016. About 2017, I was like, "Oh, it's a great summer." I'm singing this song, it's dope. By 2018, I'm like, all right, let's see how far this goes, and it keeps going. So yeah, music will grow, man. That's just one example for me.
I was gonna ask, does it? You mentioned Puerto Rican Jamaicans. Does it bother you when people say that you're Puerto Rican or Dominican and that you're not really Jamaican? Does that bother you at all?
That's really Charlamagne.
The king of it over here, man. It don't bother me, man. But people identify with me. Like I've been the first time I came to New York, people was like, "Yo, you sure you ain't from
the Bronx.
Guyana? You from Guyana, bro? My uncle know you." I'm like, yeah, I mean,
He has
it's
people
funny.
thinking Envy's Dominican too.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Envy really is Dominican.
I'm not
though.
Dominican. I'm
Yo,
black.
the worst thing is when people start talking to you in their language, like
Yes.
Spanish. I'm like, and they're like, bro, don't deny the culture, man. And they don't like me. I'm like, yo, my culture is a little different. You know what I mean?
And you've done some songs, like you have a song with Nicky Jam on the new album.
Yeah, big up Nicky Jam.
Reggaeton.
He on it with me and Junior Gang. That's an effort to kind of like bridge those two worlds because they are close, but it is a language barrier that is in the way there. In terms of me understanding what Nicky's saying and saying, but we inspire each other, and it's a good look. For
Music is so universal
region.
because even when you go places, even if people don't speak English, they still will love the songs.
Yeah,
And
man,
it's-
I'm sing out certain thing and I've had people tell me they started learning like patois English. In Jamaica, you will find dancehall tourists like Japanese walking around, and they're like, "Yo, man, wagwan," and they're like, "Yo, where you learn to speak?" From the songs, and they don't know proper English. Like they can't come to America and speak like as easily as it is for them to speak patois with us because they listen to so much songs, they know the culture, so it's strong that way.
And the song with Nicky Jam and Damian Marley, that's considered reggaeton, right?
For me, nah.
It's not?
No,
Okay.
there's a reggaeton producer that produced it. His name is Tiny, big up Tiny, but also Super Duper's involved with that. Now, Super Dupes is a big dancehall producer, done many great things as well. So for me, it's a perfect blend of it. And my whole concept was, at first, I was really going to put, the song says, this place where I'm from. That's the hook that he's singing. And it's about, just being facing life with all its adversities and having no fear. So we're talking about things that are difficult to deal with in your own home space. So I wanted different verses, like I was gonna get a verse from an Afrobeat person, wherever he's from. I was gonna get a verse from, maybe even a Brachetta artist in DR, Brachetta. Is it? I don't know. Like there's
Bachata? What's it called?
Bachata.
Yeah,
Bachata.
Don't act like you don't know. You
Bachata.
Dominican. Envy.
I'm not Dominican, but
Yo,
but
come
bachata.
on, bro. Come on. Don't deny them plantains, bro.
So what's the difference between reggaeton and dancehall? That's what I still haven't figured out yet.
For me, it's just the language because the style of rhythm production that they're doing, it's kind of been, it's dembow rhythm is a legendary rhythm. Big up to Steely and Clevie and people like Shabba Ranks, who made it like a staple in our own community, and then the diaspora, it spills over, and then people start producing things that sound like that. So to me, it's because when people ask me what I do, I like to say, reggae dancehall music. They're like, what is that? And I'm like, well, reggae from Bob Marley. They're like, yeah. I'm like, reggae is the father, son is dancehall, and it's a brother to hip hop. It's a brother to reggaeton and stuff like that, because it's all music about people talking about current issues in their life. It's very danceable. It's very, what can I say, topical, up to date kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So for me, it's the same type of music, man. And songs like this is kind of to bridge the gap. You know what I mean? To reach out to that side of. I mean, we in the Caribbean. You know what I mean? Right. And we don't. I don't have much dealings with, the Latina side, much because we ain't speaking that language. But we right there. I mean, we're very close to Cuba.
I was going to ask, one time you said you wouldn't do a versus, and then you changed your mind a little bit, said you opened up to it. So where are you right now as far as doing a versus? And who would you love to do a versus with? Who would be your opponent that you would love to do it with?
I don't know, man. I still don't feel that vibe there. I still ain't feeling that vibe.
I don't know who could go against Sean Paul.
I have a niche thing. I was just going to say, I have a niche space in the business almost. You know what I mean? And so for me, it's kind of weird, like, to battle somebody from my own genre, and I'm one of the most successful there. It's kind of a little weird to me at this point, being one of the elder statesmen, you know what I'm saying? And then the stance on it is just like more of a unity thing for me. So, and then now if you put me up against somebody else, arguably I help to break a genre to international circles. So that's kind of.
What if it was only dancehall? Like if you only did dancehall without, just a strictly dancehall versus?
For me, that's what Beanie and Bunty was, and that was a legendary one.
But we need more of those too. I feel like that was the only one.
So you want to see me go at Shaggy then?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because you guys are the elder statesmen.
That's phenomenal.
But you got a lot of songs together too.
That's phenomenal.
I mean, he my big bro. He's one of my good friends in the business. Him and me and Junior Gang. I speak to both of them at different times a lot about little things that's happening or what we would have loved to see change or stuff that's dope too. You know what I mean?
That would be good. Cause
Swiss and Tim, make that happen.
Yeah, I mean, it would be a love fest. But it would be a battle because it's Jamaican.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
Sean Paul versus Shaggy. That's phenomenal.
He called me up when it first started going on. It's like, yo, what are you saying? That's when people started to speculate. Yo, they're going at it, but
20 of the, because it's really the songs you pick too, right? And you and Shaggy both have 20 huge dancehall songs y'all could do. But you know what? You guys both are international.
I got 19 songs on the top 20.
How many Shaggy got? What are you saying?
3. It's a different thing. But he sold 15 million.
Right.
So I didn't sell that. So, for me, it's just an unfair thing. It's like putting Mike Tyson with his boss, with Muhammad Ali. It's different time frames. They're different. It's different.
I think the thing about y'all music though is so timeless though.
True.
You know what I mean?
True. One thing I'd like to see about dancehall music evolve to people's ears over here is that it's not just the summer music. You know what I mean? Because I go into a lot of the meetings and they're like, but this ain't no summer song though. And I'm like, but dancehall play every day in Jamaica. It plays all the time. But it reminds people of tiki bars and summer and sun and that type of thing over here. And I get that. But we also have different moods. Like, for instance, check out trap dancehall. So I don't really like the name trap dancehall. But and I don't like what everybody's speaking about so much. But it is a different mood. And it's part of what's happening in Jamaica. People, that's that mood there. And so, it ain't going to be party-oriented or sand on the beach-oriented, you know what I mean, with a drink and a tiki bar type looking thing. But that's what we are perceived as, you know? So, kind of unfortunate.
Now, let's talk about the album a little bit.
Yes.
You got the song OnlyFans with Ty Dolla $ign on there. Were you looking at anybody's OnlyFans account while you were in Jamaica for 2 years, not on the road?
Nah, I can't.
He's married.
But you can still look at OnlyFans because the inspiration.
You can't. I told my wife, Instagram is like a Playboy magazine to me. I just, looking through these pics, it's nice and inspiring. But
you're there for the stories.
Yeah, I'm saying. but honestly, when you look at some people's pages, it's kind of close to what a Playboy was way back in the day.
Yep.
I'm like, I get my kicks.
But you respect the people. We were talking about Bad Baby and how she made. What did she make, like 50 million?
50 million, yep.
Off of OnlyFans in like 2 years.
Yo, it was more about me saying, big up the ladies who are able to take control. Like 20 years ago, 30 years ago, I don't see a lot of ladies. When I was growing up, there wasn't much opportunities for women in business a lot. And now you could do it. I know people online doing, showing massage therapy, and they're making something from it. You know what I'm saying? So, so that's why we call it OnlyFans, just kind of for the value of like what people was gonna ask me, like Angela Yee, about who I'm watching on Instagram,
OnlyFans.
But yeah.
That's real though, because you think about how women used to get exploited back in the day, like in music videos and stuff like that. Now they can be on their OnlyFans, dressed the same way and get paid for it.
Yeah, and there's so much women right now in the music business coming up, like hip hop game and also in dancehall world, and that's just inspiring to see. You know what I mean?
Dancehall has been rough for women, I feel like, for so long. Yeah,
it's been a nuts trip. You have Lady G, you have people like Lady Saw, the great Lady Saw, Sister Nancy. So there was, Patra, there was here and there, and with big careers too, but in the last 5-6 years, I've seen women like making songs that are impacting the genre. Big up to the whole of them.
And all right, so let's talk about some more songs on here.
So you got Buju on there.
Yeah.
Got to.
Yeah. Well, that's on that. That's on
this.
That
that's
album.
on this.
So yeah,
How
big up to the icon, man.
Oh, so this 2 different albums?
Yeah, this is something
Living,
different. This is
Alive and Living is it came out last year.
This the one you was nominated for the Grammy for.
Yeah.
Got you.
And, yeah.
How do you decide what guest appearances that you want to have?
Just how it feel. It ain't about like I need to exactly have this and that put together with a song named so and so. is when the rhythm play and we like, yo, this rhythm bad, and it starts just evolving. It's not a set thing for me. It's not like, you know, when you're baking, you need this amount of sugar and flour and water. It's not like that to me.
I know, because like, who do you reach out to you? Is it you doing it yourself? Is somebody around you like, yo, you know who would sound dope on this?
With artists, like people like Stefan, and I have her link, and I'm like, yo, what's up? And we will link that way. That's how I got on Bossy. She just reached out. She was like, yo, Wiley said to shout you. And I was like, oh, wicked. But some other, like, who can I say? Yeah, with Pia Mia, that's a single that just dropped earlier this year. And no, I didn't know her before. But I just liked the look, and I liked, you know, her sound, and I was like, yo, let me try how she sounds on this. Yeah.
Did you feel rusty at all going back on the road? I know you were doing some virtual shows.
Yeah.
But 2 years is a long time for Sean Paul to not be touring.
You got a lot of records. You probably ran out of breath a couple of times.
Nah, man, I keep fit, man. What I'm telling you, man. I keep fit, bro. So it is a different fitness, though. Because, you know, you're nice in the cardiovascular, but your knees be like, yo, bro, what's wrong with you? What is wrong? Jumping on them thing then, yeah, that was the rush. But for me, we did a couple rehearsals, a couple weeks now, and it felt good. You know what I mean?
You know what I've never seen, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I've never seen an artist from Jamaica be full of themselves. It seems like there's always a level of humility. Maybe you might see it differently.
I've seen full of their self.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
What does that look like, though? We know what it looks like over here.
You know what? It's more charming, I would say. Yeah. Like with Elephant Man, we look in the crowd and say to the ladies, don't look in my eyes, you may fall in love. They screaming. So he's being full of himself right there. But it's cool. You know what I mean? It's not overbearing to me.
But that's performative, though. Like I'm talking about when the success you had, the success Shaggy had. I never seen y'all walk into a room and be like, I am Sean Paul, I am Shaggy. You know what I mean?
Well, just like the song No Fair that we did, it you know, the environment humbles you, bro. Now every day I drive on the road and see people in need, and some of them I know I've seen and I've come up with, and it's like, yo, so you check upon them, and it's a instant slap of reality to you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah, the ring's nice and the car's nice that you're getting and whatnot, but there's no need to push it in people's face, and there's more of a need to help people on a daily basis. Mm-hmm.
And I feel like when I was in Jamaica, in Kingston, and I just see how you just be chilling. People don't even treat you like you a celebrity.
Bro,
just...
I hear she's here. I'm like, I'm going to take you to the best seafood place in the world. It's on the beach.
So
she comes out there. I'm mad at her because it's honestly crazy as seafood. She come there and she's like, I don't eat fish. I'm like, what?
All my friends ate it though. They loved it.
Yo,
I couldn't do it.
She's like, my boy out there, he came out of fried chicken, and they don't have no fried chicken out there. What do you eat vegetables out there?
yes.
Yeah,
no, I mean, look, the food I did eat was good.
I just in Kingston, bro.
They was there eating
fresh,
lobster.
Caught right there, piles of it, lobster. I'm like, yo, Angela, you crazy.
I know.
But your
I
friends
felt
enjoyed it. Big up your friends.
Listen, everyone had an amazing time. But what I was saying is, just seeing you there, like they don't treat you like you're a celebrity. You just
it's been forever.
Regular,
like,
you know.
Yeah, every 2 years there's a new star in Jamaica, right? So I'm saying, so there's people that come up like the first 3 years. I'm like, you know, the buzzing character or artist, and then after that, people are like, oh yeah, Sean, what's up? It's so close-knit. So you have young people right now really causing a craze, and I could walk right past. Mm-hmm. It ain't that big of a deal. There's people who would argue different, yeah, because I do buck that up sometimes. People are just like, yo, dog, you're the man and all of that. But, you know, as I said, Jamaica is a humbling place. It's so beautiful in the first place, and then there is so much suffering. So it's a humbling thing.
Who's big there right now? Like, who do people go crazy for of the younger people in Jamaica?
Skeng is a big one. Mm-hmm. Skeng. So also a kid named Joshi.
Okay.
They in the past, I would say year, they've been putting out stuff and, you know, getting on interviews, and now the shows is starting and it's being crazy. So people have been waiting to see these guys. And yeah, that's one of two of the names this year that people could check out, Skeng and Joshi. And as I said, Skeng is more about like the trap dancehall kind of vibe, and you know, the lyrics them kind of hardcore.
Okay.
Have they reached out to you? Any of the younger guys reached out to you to do records?
Nah, but me and Josh have a link in that one of his brother is a big selector in Jamaica. So I've spoken to him and I intend to do some works. I mean, all of this is for me, especially an album like this, is kind of to lead by example. I don't want to tell people I think you're doing wrong here or there. I want to be able to, come together in the studio, produce a song and be like, influence it that way. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't work. You know what I mean? Sometimes I be giving these young cats lines, and I'm like, I think this line is or this concept of where the song should go is something that people could, understand outside of Jamaica a lot, and I see them considering, and then they still be like, nah, I ain't gonna listen to that. I'm gonna do what I want, and I let them. You know what I mean? I mean, it's about their self-expression. But it's just like people ask me, yo, you have the formula, and I don't have the formula. But there are things that I've tried to do to have a certain sound to reach out to people outside of the homegrown.
Did you who'd you listen to when you was younger?
Bujo, people like Sprague Benz is a lyricist to me that doesn't get enough respect in the genre. Of course, Beanie and Bunty and Supercat and Shabba. One of the bigger ones for me back in the early days is Papa San. And people like Major Worries is an influence on me. He passed away way back, but to me he was like he was way ahead of his time. Major Worries.
Who gave you direction? Like the same way you said you give the youngins direction. Did anybody give you direction?
People in school. The teacher ain't there, and we just like, yo, hey, and you just ciphering and I put my 2 cents in. Everybody's like, oh, you sound like Cat. And I'm like, damn, I was trying to sing a Shabba Rank song.
Now you going on tour with Pitbull also after this?
Yeah. So that's October, September, I think. Yeah, September, October. Mm-hmm. More in the States. I kind of said to the team this year I wanted to be in the States a lot more instead of traveling all over the place for so long. Just coming back on the road. It's a territory that propelled me to be, huge, and I want to pay attention to that. They people in the States are always telling me, yo, I want to see you perform. You haven't done here for a while, and so shows like Boston and Connecticut and Brooklyn to kick it off has been awesome.
Yeah, we have a stat. The stat is you are the most streamed Jamaican artist on YouTube. Did you know that?
Streamed on YouTube.
I think it's across everything, right?
Yeah, for streaming platforms apparently, but like I still, to me to wrap my head around, because I mean, you see me, I came here and gave you CDs, right?
Yeah, that's not our era. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
So I, I'm always saying, how the computer didn't have a bad day, like it didn't catch a cold. They're telling me, the difference in streamings and whatnot. And I've seen people buy views and so. It's weird to me. I'm not involved in nothing like that in terms of, it is what it is. And sometimes I wish I had more views on certain songs. But it's just not my world, man. I don't too follow it that much. Yeah.
Have you seen it change anything? No.
Have I seen
it change anything? Like, your shows or?
Yeah, actually with the streaming of like No Lie, it's just like a big song back again and stuff like that. Temperature hit on TikTok the other day, last year or something. I started doing it again. So I see it and I do feel it. Well, now it's the first couple of shows, but you see that people are, loving those songs right now. So.
Do you ever get sick of any of your own songs? Like, all right, I done performed this song so many times. Everybody, do you ever? I know there's times that people feel like, man, I'm tired of performing this song.
It's a vibe. I mean, at first I used to be like, I gotta sing Deporting Them again. But I love it because when the rhythm drop, it's like, and people start, it's cool. It's cool.
Just the reaction.
Yeah, if I had to sing it in I don't know, if I had to sing it without all that, it would be like, wait, what's going on? It would be draining. But people give me the energy and the whole vibe and circumstance give me the energy. Even when I'm doing dub plates, you kind of envision what it's gonna be in the dance and how it give you back energy that way.
I was gonna ask, when you first came out, you couldn't smoke weed in the States, but now cannabis.
I'm
is
on the
legal.
corner this morning.
You couldn't smoke weed in Jamaica when you first came out.
Yeah.
So how does that feel now that you can smoke anywhere?
It's funny. My brother's sitting right there. Yesterday he was like, "Yo," I was like, "What?" He's like, it's not exciting anymore to smoke weed, man.
Might get caught.
Nobody's coming to lock me up. But you know, one thing, my father would be like, he was elated when, like, he was feeling good to know. Now he's been to prison for it. He was locked up for weed, and that was a traumatic thing for him and the whole family. And then to see things like this happening now, this same people with politicians and you know, businessmen who never really had nothing to do with it, now they're doing it. It's just it's incredible to see that. You know what I mean?
They got to fix that in the prison system.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Like, there's a lot of people in there just for a little bit, and that's unfortunate because now they're selling it, and there's people still serving sentences for something that is not. It ain't looked at nothing like. Now, if you found the same thing out in the road right now, I got to seen. If you seen like a cop taking a toke from somebody.
Yeah, that was in Jersey.
That cop about to get fired, I'm sure.
Yeah, I was like, this poor dude.
Cop, the female cop that had her uniform on smoking.
Oh, no. I seen one with a dude on the corner, like at the stop, and the police like come, and then he's taking a toke. I don't know what he was smoking, but even if you're sharing a cigarette as an officer, it kind of looked weird to me. So yeah.
I was gonna ask, is weed legal in Jamaica still? No,
it's decriminalized, and you can carry a certain amount. But yeah, that's a big step because, like, as I've been saying, like, people have been fighting for it. My father went to prison. People like Peter Tosh got beat up 7 times to near death because of that. And you know, now to see it being freed up and you know, actually being hailed as a great medical source of you know, medicine for people is nuts.
Which y'all already knew for years.
Yeah, the herb is the healing of the nation. You see it. That's a saying. The Rastas used to say, and I always hear how they know herb is the healing of the nation. So I was like, let me try that.
It works.
Like, yo, it is the healing of my brain creation. Yeah.
I do want to ask one more question about like the songs you do over here with artists. Like, just say like something like Baby Boy with Beyonce. How are those received in Jamaica?
When it first came out, huge, and I still have a vibe. Like, he played at places on the radio and in venues and whatnot, and it still have a vibe, but it's not as big. You know, the old saying, "You ain't as big as your last hit." It's pretty much a real thing. But then, you know, something like Verzuz may come along and boost you up, or TikTok.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Verzuz is kind of like a Jamaican thing.
Yeah, it definitely is. A clash-oriented vibe.
Hip hop too, though. Hip hop all started in battle as well.
True, and it's part of our culture that I never felt to partake in, or I feel every culture got things that are negative. Every culture, there's certain parts, certain places that people do some crazy things, and it's like, yo, that ain't good for your health, but it's part of the culture, so they do it. You know, even burning rubbish. In some places, you sweep up the rubbish, you burn it right there, and everybody's getting carcinogens. So that's a bad part of the culture. For me, clashing is very technical. It shows people skill a lot, and I get the love for it. I get the hunger for it. But for me, I just, you know, music is something, you know what I mean? It's kind of almost, it feel like almost slightly disrespectful to the artist and the producer. Like, the artist and the producer did these songs, and then you taking it, you playing it, and yeah, you promoting it, and you actually probably adding to the hype of it. But also, it's almost like it's your record now, and it ain't the artist's own. So it's almost like a misappropriation thing. It's part of our culture, and you can't get rid of it. People cuss me for saying it, like, yo, why it's part of the culture. But I mean, I don't have to follow everything like that's in the culture like that. To me, it's not always positive.
What's in the spray bottle?
Oh, that's my holy water, bro.
Like Florida water? Okay, I was wondering about that. Okay. When you walked in, you smelled the Palo Santo. You said you smelled it down the hall.
Wait on the hall, man. I was like, somebody said, that's incense. I said, that's the Palo Santo.
Palo Santo. There, bro. So you do all of that for mindfulness? You got your, I call it Florida water. I don't know what your mixture is.
This is rubbing alcohol, bro. This is to kill that corona.
It's hand sanitizer.
Trust
I was
me.
like,
I thought you had some Florida water, man.
Nah, man, that's that stuff.
And since, wait, one more thing I wanted to ask you. Since she is on your album, we've had her up here too. Oh, yeah. I did on the Breakfast Club. Shame. And I saw that she got some criticism for coming out and not doing like a straight dancehall album. Some people felt like, you know, they wanted that. And as a person who has definitely, you know, done pop records and been in other genres, what would your advice be to her?
Yeah, she asked me that. She was like, what's the advice, man? Because she was about to drop on. I was like, yo, keep doing what you're doing. But I didn't hear the whole of the album, and I heard my song with her on there, and that's more reggae oriented, and we did our thing. But I think that it's a little early in her career to be like, oh, this all of a sudden pop. People could do it. Like, we've had people from our genre pop off and be a pop song, like Kung Fu Fighting Dude. You know, it's not. It wasn't our genre, but he's from our country. And he had nothing to do virtually with, you know, the culture, with the songs that are being produced or played there. He came and did disco.
You talking about everybody was kung fu fighting? No,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
So yeah.
Wow.
Or like people like Omi, you know.
Cheerleader.
Yeah, cheerleader.
That's my
not,
song.
Yeah, it's not really a dancehall or a reggae song either. It's way more. It's a poppy thing. So we've had people that do that. But my thing with Shen is that she came dancehall, she's spitting dancehall, you know what I mean? People love her for what she did on that Crocodile Teeth, on the freestyle. They're like, yo, we want to hear that. They were hungry for that. And then, I mean, you can always diversify, but so for me, it was a little disappointing in that respect. But let me state right now, I love Shenseea. I think that from the first time I seen her do her thing, it was basically Instagram. I was like, yo, who this girl? And I got to know her in the studio. While in studios with her, I've written with her, and she have a potent pen, man. She's dope that way. And so for me, I just think it's right now she going hard. And sometimes, you know, you going hard. You want people notice your talent, but they don't have the aptitude to take all that in yet.
Right.
You have to get them piece by piece and butter the bread a little bit and feed it to the people before you put all the peanut butter and jelly and all that over it. You know what I mean?
I think this era though. This era don't feel like they can do that.
Instant.
And all the time.
I tell you, my daughter said, orange juice, orange juice. I said, okay, I'm walking to the field. Orange juice, orange juice. I said, I ain't the iPad, man. You don't just touch me and it goes, zips, orange juice. You know what I mean?
That's real.
Yo, so yeah, it's a problem. I mean, you know, I tell my son, yo, the iPad and the computer and the TV and the phone, they're all tricking you. And he said, how do you mean tricking me? I said, because they jealous of you. He said, why they jealous of me? He said, because they want to go, they can't go outside and play football. They can't throw a basketball. They can't swim. They can't eat a slice of pizza. So they want you to sit on the couch with them and just chill out. And it impacted him. He was like, oh, Zine. So like a couple of days later, I'm walking around doing my thing on my phone, and he's like, Dad, that phone got you. You know what I mean?
That's real.
It tricked you.
He used it back on me because he wanted to go out and play football now. He said,
that's real.
See? Yeah,
that
but
was slick.
I mean, if you think about Terminator, right? Terminator now, he sent back somebody and all that. So who's to say the computers didn't win already and they like, yo, let's go back and give them TikTok. And let's see them make stupid videos and sit there for hours and do that. It's a thing. There's a positive side to technology, and then there's that little side where it's like, yo, I got to warn my kids about this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and Web 3.0 gonna be worse. And honestly, I don't know if there is a positive side because I'm watching too many people lose their self to all of this technology. Like it's not supposed to be smarter than us.
Yeah, and I heard it's growing at a faster rate than they expected. So that's what got me to think about that Terminator thing. Like, suppose they really like planning this thing out.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, we use tools to help us all through humanity and society and whatever. So I just hope that it don't reach to the point where this is gonna be using it. Like, it's getting people lazy a lot more.
That's right.
You know, I don't remember phone numbers unless it's right there. I'm always Googling stuff. I'm like, yo, I don't remember nothing from, you know, Google.
Not even navigation.
What the hell is Google?
Googling.
Google.
I was like, that must be the Jamaican version, the Google.
Yeah.
I can't even drive anywhere without Waze for no reason.
Yeah, I'm saying, I used to be able to do that. Yeah, I used to be like, oh, let's take the turnpike there do this, that.
That's right.
So it's like, it's what you concentrate on. Yeah, it's helping us, but also to what means, you know, where is it leading us to go?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the album Scorcher is out May 27th. Make sure you get it, and we appreciate you joining us, brother.
Sir, I appreciate the time.
Sean Paul.
Always,
Sean
man.
Paul.
Appreciate it. Thank
It's
you.
the Breakfast Club. Good morning.